And the number 9 is Seema's financial year ends on 30th September. She rents premises at monthly rent of $2,000. During the year ended 30th September 2018, she paid $26,000 rent. Which journal entry will Seema make on 30th September 2018 to transfer the rent to the income statement? And the first option is correct. Income statement to rent 24,000, because when we will multiply 12 months, multiply 2000, it will be 24,000, and 26,000 less 24, and remaining 2,000 will be advance expenses, prepaid expenses, advance rent, that will be utilized in October 2018, in the next particular year. Bashir maintains a provision for doubtful debts of 3% of the trade receivables at the end of the year. On 31st August 2017, trade receivables amounting to 70,000, and on 31st this August 2018, trade receivables amounting to 73,000. Which double entry should Bashir make on 31st August 2018? And A option is correct. Income statement 90 to provision for doubtful debts account 90. How? We will see in the next slide. And in 2017 there are 70,000 trade receivables, multiply 3%. That provision for doubtful debt is in 2017 2100, 2100. We will make the we will transfer provision for doubtful debt in the income statement 2100. We will close the provision for doubtful debt in the income statement 2100 as an expense, and in 2018 73,000 multiplied 3%, that will be 3% of 73,000, 2,190. Provision increased by $90 in next year, 2018. 2,190 less 2,100, because we have already balanced 2,100, and current year's total provision is 2,190, and so we will need only $90 to increase this provision. So we will this increase in provision as an expense in the income statement, and close in the income statement debit to provision for doubtful debit debts credit 90. Number 11 is Leroy has an engineering business. On 31st May he received an invoice from AB Machines. Cost of replacement parts for machine, cost of repairs to machine, cost of machine, cost of installation of machine. Which costs are capital expenditure in Leroy's books? A option is correct, because cost of machine and cost of installation is capital expenditures. Remaining are revenue expenditures, replacement, repairs. These two expenditures are, first two expenditure, replacement and repairs, are revenue expenditures, and remaining two, cost of machine and cost of installation of machine, is capital expenditures. So A option is correct. Cost of machine and cost of installation is correct. And number 12, why is the depreciation charged on non-current assets? And B option is correct. To charge the cost of using the assets against income. We spread out the cost of the non-current asset in the particular years of its useful life. And number 13, Saleh bought a non-current asset. It was to be used for 10 years, after which it would have no scrap value. Saleh used the straight line method of depreciation. Which statements are correct? Cumulative depreciation after 5 years, annual depreciation charge. Okay, B option is correct. Equaled half of cost, and annual depreciation charge was constant, because in straight line depreciation, annual depreciation will be charged constantly, because if we are charging 1000 in first year, and it will be charged every year $1000. And in this case, if there are 10 years of useful life, it means after 5 years it will be half of its cost remaining. So equaled half of cost, half of the cost has been depreciated. And number 14, a draft income statement showed a gross profit of $12,200. It was later found that carriage on purchases, carriage inwards, that is called carriage inwards, $260, and carriage on sales, $230. It means this is carriage outwards, had both been included as expense in the profit and loss section of the income statement. Actually, he has taken both of these carriages in the expense, means expense part, after the gross profit in the income statement. What was the corrected gross profit? Actually, B option will be correct, 11,940. How? If we will drafted gross profit, take the drafted gross profit $12,200 less carriage on purchases. This will be taken in the cost of sales, that is carriage on purchases, that is also called carriage inwards. Less 260, carriage on purchases is 260, 12,200 less 260 equal to 11,940. And carriage on sales, that is also called carriage outwards, will not be included in gross profit, means that will not included in the cost of sales, because it will be included in expenses after gross profit. In the expenses, in the net profit and loss part of the income statement. And the 15 number is, Raj is both a customer of and a supplier to Balbir's. राज कस्टमर भी है और सप्लायर भी है बलबीर का. राज अकाउंट इन बलबीर्स सेल्स लेजर शोड अ डेबिट बैलेंस ऑफ $300. देयर वाज अ क्रेडिट बैलेंस of $100 on Raj's account in the purchases ledger. A contra entry between the two accounts was agreed. Which entry would Balbir make in Raj's account in the purchases ledger? बलबीर कौन सी राज के अकाउंट में करेगा परचेजेस लेजर में? एंड डी ऑप्शन इज करेक्ट, डेबिट $200. हो Raj is supplier. Raj's account we will record it on the credit side, because Raj will be when Raj will be supplier, it will be the liability of the Balbir, so it will be recorded on the credit side 100 with purchases, because Raj will be debit credit, and purchases will be debit, purchases to Raj. And 300 will be set off against sales ledger, because Raj is also the customer of the Balbir, so this 300 will be set in the purchases ledger, so set away off against sales ledger in the purchases ledger. 300 will be debit. So when we will take the amounts on the both sides, uh, debit side will be exceed 300, and we will take the balance on the credit side, that will be debit balance. So it will be called debit balance in the next particular period. So $200 will be the balance. This will be the correct option, 200 debit balance. And 16 number is Michael's financial year ends on 31st August. On 30th August 2018, he purchased a motor vehicle using a bank loan which is repayable on 30th August 2020. On 31st August 2018, Michael had a bank overdraft. In which section of Michael's statement of financial position on 31st August 2018 did these items appear? So D option will be correct. Non-current asset motor vehicle. Motor vehicle will be non-current asset in the statement of financial position. Bank loan will be non-current liability because it will be the liability that will be repayable after 1 year. That will be non-current liability. If this will be repayable within 1 year, it will be called current liability. And bank overdraft, this is current liability because it will be repayable within 1 year, so it will be current liability.